Hey, what's going on, everybody? Lazy Saturday today, rainy day. So y'all in the bed with me. Was just wanted to talk to y'all today about this latest immigration shit. But of course, I'm going to come at it from a slightly different angle as usual. But here we go. So what inspired me to make this video was because Trump yet again made another mistake that he never admits. But yet again, with the immigration thing, I think he's realizing that a lot of these white farmers, in these red states are starting to tell him that, hey, you're coming to our farms and taking all of our workers, and now we're going bankrupt, right? We don't have anybody to pick our agriculture. Our farms are going to be shut down. And, after people have been telling him this forever and ever, right? You know what I'm saying? It's like, but he didn't seem to listen. But now he seems to actually be listening. And he wants to have an executive order. You know what I'm saying? He's already had emails sent to ICE, but an executive order saying to exempt farm workers and hospitality workers from the raids. These horrible legal people, right? That are here just so crazy, but to stop that because hey, it's going to obstruct the industry. And beyond it just being a clear admission of a fucking mistake that he's made, and he's made them all across the place that no one sees to like take accountability for. Like when he made the cuts to the nuclear scientists, he made cuts to the FAA people, he made cuts to veterans benefits and suicide hotlines, cuts to cancer research, I'm saying, cuts to the weather service during hurricane season, like so many dumbass things that he's done that later on he's like, oops, let me try to recover it, and he still can't do it. This is yet another one in the laundry list of things that he's done that's crazy. And my thing is like, small digression, it's like, why aren't people that voted for him being like, yo, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Because despite all this, like they have been fed so much negativity about like the other side that like they can't even recognize the bullshit that's going on because they feel like they can't say anything negative because like it's like good team versus bad team. So even though bad shit's happening right now, they feel like they can't say anything about it because it would show that they're like not for the team and would like hurt the team in any way. But like they're overly critical about anything that anyone else does. You know what I'm saying? So it leads to a bad cycle. Like, and that's what the Republican Party like wants to do. Like any person that speaks out on anything that Trump says is automatically painted as like mud, automatically becomes an enemy. His best friend one day becomes a horrible person next day. Just look at they'll call it the Elon effect. You know what I'm saying? It's like Elon's his number one guy, and then all of a sudden he speaks out, and now he's mud, and they're talking about deporting him. But I digress. But specifically about this immigration thing, what is that saying? Beyond the mistake that he's making, it's saying that our country in many industries are contingent upon illegal labor. Let's say that again. That what this is saying is that Trump is admitting in this act that many industries are dependent on illegal labor. That should be the story, right? Not this immigration thing. Like, let's talk about it. Like, what are the greater implications of this right here? Why aren't these companies being prosecuted? Because let's talk about it. Illegal labor is more American than anything. America has never been able to support itself with fair wages, right? From slavery to indentured servitude to these Jim Crow laws, to sub livable wages, to prison labor, to illegal migrant labor. They have always made up a majority of certain industries in this country, and we have never been able to survive off of actually paying citizens real wages. Period. That is the problem. Like let's zone in on that. The problem with illegal documentation, with even legal people, people claim they don't want immigrants to come over here. They're coming over here because they have jobs. Jobs. They're not coming here to collect. They can't do that. Non-citizens just can't collect welfare and benefits, right? You got to be a citizen to collect most of the benefits here. So people are coming here to work, to better themselves. So guess what? If the employment system actually worked and didn't allow for illegal people to work, like when day laborers come and they're lining up at Home Depot, who is forcing, like no one is forcing those people to pick those people up. No one's forcing these companies to hire these people in the fields. They are doing it voluntarily because it fits their business model. It's the equivalent of moving jobs overseas, right? They did the same thing to you then. Oh, you're whining about these labor jobs leaving the country. They did it because they could hire somebody cheaper in another place. Apply that shit here in America. These people, they're actually depressing all the wages, right? Because they are hiring, they have a source of illegal labor coming in, and then they criminalize the labor, right? They're not criminalizing the companies that have historically benefited from this illegal labor. And now, instead of criminalizing these companies, he's writing them a fucking amendment. He's writing them an executive order to say, hey, these illegal laborers are okay because they help your business model, without addressing the actual problem that the reason why we have most of the illegal migrants coming to this nation is because of the employers. But you want to fucking tackle these people and spend all this money on ICE raids and attacking people to this insurgency that only happens because these employers are doing it. Think of all the problems that are laced to it. Poverty is laced to this. Crime is laced to this. Like, because of poor labor conditions. Why do most people commit crimes? Because they can't fill their physiological needs, because they need to get food, because they need to get shelter, right? Most people are just not criminals because they're just violent, evil people, like what they want you to believe, that somehow these are subhuman people that no matter what, you know what I'm saying, they're just evil people. No, most people commit crimes because of resource deprivation, right? Because and a lot of these living wages are not here because they're contingent upon the same labor for, just like slavery, just like indentured servitude, just like prison labor. And now these illegal migrants are now being subjected to them because they're so desperate that they can be forced to pay these wages, and no one pays attention to what they're supposed to. You want to end a majority of crime, right? You want to end a majority of poverty going on in America. You want to end a lot of these illegal migrants. Attack the businesses that are hiring them. That will solve it. But they can't and won't. Instead, they're making exceptions to allowing illegal labor to continue in America, all while still criminalizing the laborer. Like, what the fuck, y'all? Like, it's very simple here. It's very, very simple here. The easy way is just to attack these employers. Period. But you know what will happen? The economy will fall. Because think about it. If you are paying people, let's say $5 an hour to do something, and minimum wage is 15. So let's say if you replace that labor force with a new labor force, you're going to have to be paying 3 times wages. And we all know in most businesses, or you should, that labor and wages are the most expensive part of it. So you're increasing your expenses by 3 times. What the fuck do you think is going to happen? Prices are going to increase, right? Same thing they're talking about bringing American factories back. What you fuckers don't understand is like labor here costs more. So, oh yeah, build, invest. But what's going to happen? You're going to pay more. Can you? Will you? You have to think about these things in a long term, and they want to oversimplify and like, hey, don't you want American jobs back? But you're not thinking about what that's actually going to do for the economy and what that's going to do for your prices. Oh, you want to kick these undocumented immigrants about? What's that going to do for the economy? And what's that going to do for your prices? It's just a complete lack of education, and they want you just to rely on this hatred. You know what I'm saying? On this one moral consonant, like while ignoring all the rest of them, right? Ignoring every other crime, but they want you to always be concentrated on the crime that is about the brown person and about the poor person, right? Never about the crime about the business or the white person. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's holding it up. It's always the case in America, always the case in America. And I just wish one day that we fucking wake up and realize that shit. Until next time.